March 7th. The biggest question mark of this entire story thus far. This subplot has existed through 3 straight patches, yet no one really knows what's really going on. I mean, with Anaxa proving the entire history of Emphorius to be a myth, the Flame Chase journey in full swing, the Garden of Recollection turning into a full-on faction war, and Herta possibly awakening a Lord Ravager, there has been a lot going on. So admittedly, I have been avoiding this topic for quite a while because I really didn't have any leads to go off of until today, because I believe we can piece together what is possibly going on with March 7th and how things may proceed further. And yes, I am well aware that the live stream for this patch is airing around 2.5 hours before this video goes live, so everything I'm about to say could have just already been proven false. Or I could be completely right, such as the risks we theorists take. Because this is March 7th's true future revealed. Okay, so this is gonna be a wild one, but I will be trying to be as thorough as possible, sticking to the information we know. Good? Good. So let's start with what we know about March 7th's condition, which is apparently similar to the condition the Express found her in the very beginning. And according to Black Swan, her memories were hijacked by an unknown source. However, we aren't exactly sure of the severity of this memory loss, because she could end up in one of 2 ways. One being the exact same state as before, where her memory is wiped and she doesn't remember anything. And 2, she could lose her ability to remember entirely. And that is really bad, because this is far worse than a person with short and or long-term memory loss. A person with no ability to remember things at all simply falls into nothingness, because the present will cease to exist for them, leaving them with nothingness, or as we know it, nihility. And Black Swan would know about this falling into nothingness from a certain Penacony dance, of course. So that is March 7th's current condition. However, I believe that with this information we can make a few inferences, because Black Swan has her own motives for Emphorius, and her overall goal from the very beginning wasn't to collect memories, but to find a way to stop an extremist faction of memo keepers from unlocking the secrets behind the eternal land of Emphorius. Because as a land of memories, this world is only visible through the Garden of Recollection's mirrors, meaning that this world is a playground for the mimetic entities of the garden. Acheron and Herta's feats being exceptions to the rule, of course. Emanators kinda do what they want. And if these remembrance extremists were to unlock the secrets of Emphorius, they could recreate worlds in Emphorius's image, which in a strange way does fit within the realm of Fuli's intentions. Let me explain. Put simply, Fuli's goal is to collect memories, put them in the garden, then when the universe is destroyed, Fuli will recreate the universe through these memories. But what makes these extremists so, well, extreme is that they're ahead of the game. Instead of waiting for the destruction of the universe, why not reforge all worlds into eternal lands beforehand? Why wait for them to be destroyed when you can save them before it even happens? See how this is a good intentions gone bad situation? Well, I do believe that it was in fact these remembrance extremists that attacked March 7th. Specifically, the Memo Snatchers. For, well, obvious reasons. They're known for being radicals, they find ways to break Memo Keeper rules without facing termination, and they have been particularly active recently. And it is because of this activity that I believe that March 7th will suffer neither of the 2 possibilities that Black Swan mentioned earlier. In fact, I believe that it is entirely possible that she will reclaim the memories of her past life and the memories of her time with the Express simultaneously. Why? Because of one simple fact. These are Memo Snatchers we are dealing with, not Cremators. If we were dealing with Cremators, March would be pretty doomed, but we aren't. You see, Memo Keepers believe that all memories are precious, and this is a sentiment kept by all Memo Keeper factions except for the Cremators, because these guys destroy memories that they find unimportant. And since Black Swan uses the term Memo Keepers to describe them, I think it's safe to say that they don't share the sentiments of the Cremators. Therefore, March 7th's memories still exist somewhere within the Garden of Recollection. And this is good, because to take things one step further, this proves that her memories can be returned. This is a slim chance, but a chance nonetheless. hear me out, because this is where things get spicy. These memo snatchers are described as Pat Striders of the Remembrance. However, when Himiko asked if they wield the power of emanators, Black Swan says you can be bolder, which doesn't confirm or deny anything. But she does say that they have attached themselves to the pinky finger of Fu Li, whereas emanators would be attached by Fu Li themselves. Because as we know, Path Striders draw power from paths and emanators are given power by aeons directly. And while these mimetic entities were transformed by Fu Li, they weren't necessarily given power directly, meaning that they can draw power from a path with a gift from an aeon. Very similar to Fu Xuan's Omnitia or the Stoneheart's Cornerstones. Just use the term pseudo-emanator already, Hoyo. It would make things so much easier. Anyway, because of this, they are very strong and nearly imperceptible until they cross a real emanator, to which we have seen on 2 occasions them being absolutely humiliated rather effortlessly. Just like how Fu Xuan still loses to Qingyuan in chess and how Aventurine got one-shot by Acheron. And just like how Herta captured this particular memo snatcher. I'm sorry, we're talking about Herta again, I know, but it just so happens that the cool stuff happens every time she's on screen. And she's my favorite character, so I'm not complaining. Anyway, in capturing this memo snatcher, Herta revealed something incredible for March 7th's condition, because she was able to sift through the memories collected by this memo snatcher and take what she wanted from her, which proves that once stolen, the memories still exist and can be taken back. And Herta in particular has been shown many times to possess high-level mastery over the path of the remembrance. Because not only can she Uno reverse a memo snatcher, but she can also use her puppets to learn things for her and transfer their memories into her head. That's how she has Chadwick's entire life's work. Imaginary implosion pulse, y'all know the story. But this also suggests that she can transfer memories into someone else's head. See what I'm getting at here? Yes, we are looking at yet another possibility for Madame Herta to save the day once again. And to take this yet another step further, if this wasn't the first time March was memo snatched, her past memories should still exist as well. So there is a slim but very much existing chance that she reclaims all of her memories by the end of the story. And this wouldn't even be too unheard of, because the memories still exist, and all of these possibilities stem from the current abilities characters have been known to have and known information about the memo snatchers and the Garden of Recollection. The slim chance being that we may need to find the one particular memo snatcher that attacked March, and that could either be very likely or very unlikely. Or just kidnapping one memo snatcher that Herta has already done gives you access to the entirety of the Garden of Recollection's records. We don't know, but according to the information we've been fed so far, it's not looking too bad for March 7th. So I have faith that our beloved Rosy Celestial Maiden will be fine. The only question remaining being, why exactly was she in particular targeted? And to that, I have nothing. What a shot in the dark. You see, March 7th looks like Elysia and Elysia Cyrene, but also Mem. So it is plausible that Cyrene was split, since Mem doesn't know who she is and neither does March, meaning that March is an integral part of Amphorius and is one of the keys to unlocking the secrets of this world that the Memo Snatchers want so badly. Again, this is a shot in the dark, but we'll see how it goes. Either way, I do not believe that March is doomed in the slightest, nor do I believe that she will be memory wiped at the end of the story. Because this is March 7th's true future revealed. Oh boy, this question has been on my mind for a long time. I hope we get answers soon. There are so many chaotic subplots going on, and now we have a whole faction war to deal with. And Acheron will probably be involved because you know May's gotta be there for the Elysian realm. You know, wouldn't it be funny if Acheron's the one that lets the Lord Ravager loose? And the Lord Ravager was Iron Tomb, which would literally be May releasing the Herrscher of Corruption all over again. Also, on a side note, Black Swan sensing Fu Li's gaze let her know that one of us Trailblazers died. She probably doesn't know which one, but that's why she apologized to Himiko. So she still thinks we're dead. And that might not bode well for the future. Mr. Gravitational Disintegration won't be very happy to hear that one of his teammates died. Welt, Yang, lock in, please. We've been waiting long enough. But what do you guys think? Be sure to let me know, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace, y'all.